I, Kobe Bryant, have decided to skip college and take my talents to the NBA. Those are the words a 17-year-old Kobe Bryant told the media in 1996 at Lower Merion High School. It came as a shock because many thought he wasn't physically mature for the NBA, but he would eventually crush those doubters. NBA fans know of Kobe's resume. He has 5 championships, 2 finals MVPs, 3rd all-time in scoring, a regular season MVP, and countless other accomplishments that only a handful of NBA players can match with. But what was the conversation surrounding Kobe weeks after he declared into the draft? This is one of my favorite videos I have made. I love reading about old quotes. Let's briefly go over Kobe's high school career at Lower Merion, then get right into his NBA draft workouts and what the people in the league thought about him. Kobe was a basketball phenom at a very young age. He was the first freshman in decades to start for the Lower Merion varsity high school team, and by his junior season, Kobe was on the radar of every primetime college basketball team. He averaged 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in his junior year and won Pennsylvania Basketball Player of the Year that got attention from Duke and other big-time college programs. He averaged 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in his junior year and won Pennsylvania Basketball Player of the Year that got attention from Duke and other big-time college programs. As a 16-year-old, Kobe played in a bunch of pickup games with Sixers players. Jerry Stackhouse was also at those pickup games. He led North Carolina to a Final Four appearance and was just picked as Sports Illustrated's National Player of the Year in 1995 and was selected 3rd overall by the 76ers months earlier. Stackhouse had a solid NBA career. He played over 15 seasons and made 2 All-Star games. And after the team workouts, Stackhouse played Kobe in a game of one-on-one where Kobe won. Former New Jersey Nets GM John Nash said that Kobe would kick his ass every day. But Stackhouse denies that Kobe beat him one-on-one. Stackhouse is quoted saying, "I know I won, but it wasn't easy. There wasn't nothing easy about it. He came in and made a move and tried to just dunk on me. He wasn't coming and thinking about, I'm trying to lay it up. He was coming with the intent to do damage." So as a 16-year-old, Kobe is making basketball tough for a guy who just led North Carolina to a Final Four and was just picked 3rd overall in the draft. Maurice Cheeks, he played over 10 years in the NBA and is currently the assistant coach for the OKC Thunder. He said he saw Kobe play against Jerry Stackhouse. He was good. I didn't know he was going to be as good as he turned out to be, but I knew he was a very good player. Kobe has always had a chip on his shoulder. He embraces a challenge, and playing basketball against professionals as a 16-year-old definitely gives Kobe a challenge he will accept. At the time of the news of Kobe working out with the Sixers, it was a shock because everyone thought there was no way a high school kid could physically compete against NBA competition. People just couldn't imagine a high schooler being a game changer in the league. The first high school player to make the high school to college jump in that decade was Kevin Garnett, but he was 6'11". The argument was, okay, Garnett's really young, but at least he has some height. Some scouts and fans had their doubts that a high school guard could make the jump to the pros, not to mention some believed that Kobe's arrogance would ruin him once he got to the NBA. It's his senior year. Kobe is now 17 years old and ready to dominate his last year of high school basketball, and he did just that. He averaged 30 points per game and led Lower Merion to their first state championship in 53 years. Kobe was a McDonald's All-American and the Gatorade National Basketball Player of the Year. Even though Kobe was getting college offers from every major program in the country, he had his sights on the pros and declared for the draft in May of 1996. The high school to the pros jump was a new thing for people. It was met with a lot of backlash that he wasn't ready, but there were a number of executives that felt he was ready for the pros. Now I'm going to go through quotes and stories from pre-draft workouts. John Calipari, he used to coach the Nets and is now the Kentucky basketball head coach. He said that he was impressed by Kobe's workouts and was ready to take him with the 8th pick, but other people in the Nets organization did not want him. An hour and a half before the start of the 1996 NBA draft, Michael Jordan's agent pressured Calipari to take his client, Kerry Kittles, with the 8th pick. Not to mention, Kobe's agent and family told the Nets that if the Nets draft him, he will go play ball in Italy. With all that pressure on him, Calipari backed off on his pick of Kobe. A little interesting what if right there. He also worked out for the Suns, and Danny Ainge was the coach at the time. Ainge is an NBA champion with the Celtics as a player and executive. Ainge was stunned by Kobe's skill level for a 17-year-old. He's quoted saying this: "Not only was he just a beautiful athlete, but the determination he had was incredible. He wanted to know what the best players had done in different drills at different times in testing. He wanted to break the records. He wanted to go again and again and become the best and break those records as a 17-year-old. If you are a fan of stories about Kobe's competitiveness, here's one to add to the list. When Kobe had a workout with the Sixers, Maurice Cheeks had Kobe do a baseline-to-baseline sprinting drill, but Kobe was angry and frustrated when Cheeks told him that Allen Iverson ran a faster time than he did. Kobe snapped and insisted on running the drill again, determined that no one, past or present, was going to get the better of him. At the Lakers workout with Jerry West and others watching, he looked sharp in the drills. After doing moves against no one, Jerry West said to Kobe, "We know you can dunk, okay? We want to see you do something else." What was followed was a one-on-one game between Kobe and Michael Cooper. Cooper was an assistant coach for the Lakers, a key contributor to those 80 Lakers championship teams, and the Defensive Player of the Year winner in 1987. Cooper was 6 years out of the league but still in shape, a good defender, and Jerry West felt he was a good test for Kobe. This was the guy who Larry Bird said he was one of the toughest he ever faced. But he was no match for a 17-year-old Kobe Bryant, and it was unbelievable how bad Kobe beat him. Raymond Ritter, who used to work for the Lakers and now works for the Warriors, saw the one-on-one and was shocked. He's quoted saying, "It was unbelievable. You're talking about Michael Cooper, one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the game, and he just made him look silly." Ritter says Kobe just kept posting up Cooper and taking and making turnaround jumpers with ease. He made 10 turnarounds in a row at one point where Jerry West finally said he's seen enough. West felt right then and there after that workout Kobe was the guy he wanted. West said, "Best workout I've ever seen. He's better than anybody we have on the team right now. Let's go." Cooper was amazed at Kobe's skill level. Coop said he was playing like he just graduated college, 21, 22 years old, and I think that was the most impressive thing about it. All of us were very, very impressed with him, and Jerry has that innate ability to see beyond what other people see at the moment, and obviously he saw greatness. Shout out to Jerry West, a Lakers legend, one of the greatest NBA front office people ever. He landed Shaq in free agency and was a 2-time winner of the NBA's Executive of the Year award. West also said this about Kobe in his book he wrote in 2011. "You need to possess more than a little nastiness to play basketball at the highest level, and Kobe had that in abundance. You need to have the cold-bloodedness of an assassin, and he possessed that too." What most people don't remember is Kobe had another workout and played a one-on-one game against Mississippi State's Dante Jones, a 6'8", 220-pound forward who had just led the team to a Final Four appearance. Even though he weighed more than Kobe, was taller, and played against some of the best college players in the country, he was absolutely no match for Kobe. Jerry West's son, Ryan, was also at the workout and said it was the same result as his game against Cooper. He just couldn't stop Kobe's wide arsenal of moves. Now let's go through some quotes from teammates. Cedric Ceballos, who was on those late 90s Lakers teams and was asked about Kobe's confidence as a young player. "He's a very confident individual. I can't believe how talented he is mentally and his focus on basketball and what he wants to do in basketball. A lot of people would see that as cocky, but he's not cocky. He just believes in himself. It doesn't come off the wrong way." Robert Horry, a 7-time NBA champion and one of the most clutch players ever, was a huge fan of Kobe as a young player. "It's amazing how smart this kid is. He's got the whole world in his hands with his game. He can do everything, and he's still learning, which is bad news for his opponents. He's going to be one of the greats, probably the NBA's all-time leading scorer." NBA scouting director Marty Blake didn't think Kobe would pan out and told the Los Angeles Times this: "He's kidding himself. Sure, he'd like to come out. I'd like to be a movie star. He's not ready." John Jennings, a Boston Celtics director of basketball development, he wasn't a fan of Kobe's move to jump to the NBA. "I think Bryant's early entry is a total mistake. Garnett was the best high school player I've ever saw, and I wouldn't have advised him to jump to the NBA, and Kobe is no Kevin Garnett." Orlando Magic general manager John Gabriel saw potential in Kobe and told the media, "He's borderline sensational. You like to use basic scouting principles, and he passes with flying colors. He's a once-in-a-blue-moon type athlete. He's way beyond his years in coordination maturity. That alone makes him a prospect." Donnie Walsh, who was the general manager for the Pacers, said, "My people felt he was a great high school player. We're not ready to say all these high school players are going to develop in the NBA. I think if you look at Kevin Garnett, he rose up to it. Maybe Bryant will too." 15 All-NBA selections, 33,570 points, and 5 championships. Kobe did rise up. Again, this is probably one of my favorite videos I've made. Reading old quotes from players, executives, and coaches about a young Kobe is fun to look back at. All links to sources I use will be in the description. There's one link in there from NBA.com that has more quotes from during the three-peat, quotes from Phil Jackson. So if you want to read more stuff about Kobe, if you made it this far, leave a like on the video. It helps my channel grow. My name is Caine, and I'll see you guys in my next video.